Good morning everybody, this is Lara with your Monday to Friday Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP update. If you're not already subscribed here, I recommend doing so you don't lose my YouTube channel and you don't lose getting access to my 5 times a week Monday to Friday updates for these markets. I've been doing this for over 15 years and I'm a chartered market technician for over a decade, so you're getting my experience and qualifications on these markets 5 times a week for free. So probably a good idea to subscribe, and if you have already, smart move. Thank you so much for your support, and I really love your engagement, and I'm very much enjoying analysing these markets regularly. I'm kind of mostly doing it for my own purposes because I've invested in these markets, so I want to keep an eye on them every day, and I'm doing this with you. Okay, Bitcoin. At the high here, the last high for 24th of November, we've got 2 bearish candlestick reversal patterns, so a consolidation or pullback trend change is expected after that. The thing though about candlestick reversal patterns is it doesn't tell you the direction of the next trend, which is counterintuitive, but let me explain, and it doesn't tell you how long the next trend is going to last. There are 3 directions for price: up, down or sideways. So these reversal patterns, the shooting star and the evening doji star, doesn't tell us if we're going to go from up to down or from up to sideways. And the second thing it doesn't tell you is how long the next trend is going to last. So it doesn't tell you if you're going to get a full 180-degree reversal from up to down, or you're going to get a small interruption with a bit of sideways movement. It just tells you you're going to get a trend change. So we could just be seeing a little bit of sideways movement following this reversal patterns, and I'm expecting that's probably most likely, and we may find support about 35,000. That's been holding for a few weeks, so let's expect it's likely to continue to hold. Overall, this chart looks pretty bullish. There's a series of higher highs and there's a series of higher lows. And we've got a golden cross with the 50-day moving average crossing over the 200. The moving average situation is full bore bullish. There's an upward trend, and ADX doesn't quite agree at the moment, but it was indicating the upward trend. The upward trend did get very extreme here, and there was bearish divergence between price and RSI and price and money flow, and so it's unsurprising we're getting a consolidation. Get some free giveaways today to help you with your technical analysis. Click on the link below to go to my website and you can download 1 or more of these 3 giveaways. I have an ebook on technical analysis basics for you. These are the contents of the ebook, several chapters on some basics, some indicators, some techniques, looking at gaps, looking at scale for your charts, and I've even got 2 steps to a high probability trade setup there for you. Another free giveaway is this easy candlestick pattern guide to the major candlestick reversal patterns, bullish and bearish, diagrams, descriptions of how they should be read and in what context. And a third giveaway, I have this Elliott Wave structure guide, 3 pages giving you all of the Elliott Wave structures with all of the rules you need to know and diagrams of the ideal form for each. Motive structures on 1 page and all of the corrective structures on 2 pages. So click on the link below and get any one or all of these 3 giveaways for free. Yesterday's downward session comes with an increase in volume pushing price lower, so I will expect it's likely we're going to get a little bit more downward movement. On balance volume for Bitcoin is tracing out a nice little range. The support line has a bit of technical significance, the resistance line also a little bit. It may develop further significance as price moves sideways, and then when we get a breakout, a break above resistance or a break below support, that will indicate possibly the next direction of the trend. If it happens with price breaking out, then it'll add confidence to the price breakout, but sometimes on balance volume will break out before price breaks out and give us a really nice advance warning of the direction of price. That's my favorite way to use on balance volume. ADX is declining, indicating no clear trend. It's getting closer to 45. If it can come below 45, then that will be out of danger territory. If it could get below both DX lines, it'd set itself up for a strong signal. So if the consolidation lasts long enough, we may see that happen for ADX. So with no clear trend, I'll revert to a model of stochastics plus support and resistance. Stochastics reached overbought while price reached resistance. I'll expect overall a downward swing from price and stochastics until stochastics gets too close to or reaches oversold and price reaches support. The Elliott Wave count for Ethereum is still the same, and I'm still expecting a little downward swing for sub-USD to move below the end of sub-UA at 1906.37 to avoid a truncation and a very rare running flat to complete the double combination for minute wave 2. The double combination is zigzag X, expanded flat. Combinations have a purpose to take up time and move price sideways. To achieve that purpose, the second structure in the double usually ends about the same level as the first. So if minuet Y ends about the log function of the 0.382 Fibonacci ratio at 1876.56, then all of those purposes would be achieved, and this would be a complete sideways structure. So let's see how this one unfolds. Subminuet C must subdivide as a 5-wave motive structure, most likely in impulse. Ethereum has a couple of bearish reversal patterns at these highs, a shooting star here, a shooting star here, so let's expect a trend change. Again, it could be a full 180-degree reversal from up to down, or it could just be a sideways movement that might not last very long. I'm expecting most likely a sideways movement, and I will expect support at 1880 is most likely to hold. If that falls, then next support below is at 1800. Ethereum also moving averages have a full bore bullish look. The short is above the mid, which is above the long. They all have a positive slope, and we recently had a golden cross, a bullish signal. Yesterday's downward session for Ethereum also saw volume pushing price lower, so let's expect a bit more downward movement is likely to follow from that. Ethereum also is tracing out a range for on-balance volume, but it doesn't have very good technical significance. The support line only has 3 tests. Not too much of a slope, but the tests were a little bit further away. Let's see if it can get down there and make another test. And the resistance line has, you could count these 2, so maybe 4 tests, so a little bit of significance there. I'll keep an eye on that one and look for a signal for you. ADX is declining for Ethereum. It's now out of danger territory below 45. It's indicating no clear trend, and so again we revert to the model of stochastics plus support and resistance. Stochastics reached overbought. It's overall moving through neutral. Let's expect it to go overall toward or at oversold, and price to overall move towards support. These swings between support and resistance are pretty commonly choppy and overlapping, really difficult to trade. This is one reason why trading a consolidating market is best left for the experts only and not for anyone learning. But there's a word of caution actually. I know people are using my analysis to day trade. I really don't recommend that. If you're learning to trade, for goodness sake, please learn on a market with less volatility than cryptocurrencies. Try the euro dollar. Don't try and learn how to trade on these absolutely insanely volatile markets. You will wipe out your account more than once, and I'm not always going to get this right. I'm aiming for, on balance of probability, being right more often than wrong, but I'm going to get it wrong one day, and you're going to blame me for your losses. So your decisions are your own, and learning to trade in these markets is not advisable. And herein ends my little lecture. Moving on to XRP. The Elliott Wave count for XRP remains the same. I am expecting a second wave correction at minor degree is most likely over, and now a third wave at minor, intermediate, primary and cycle degree may be in its very early days. I'll allow for minute wave 2 to possibly move a little bit lower, but it may not move beyond the start of 1 below 0.5746. When we see a new high above the end of minor wave 1, then minor wave 3 will have met a core Elliott Wave rule. It must move beyond the end of the first wave. At that point, I'll pull the invalidation point up here to the end of minor 2 and the start of minor 3. But while price remains below 0.7325, I'm leaving the invalidation point down here and allowing for the possibility that minor 2 might continue lower, and if it does, it may not move beyond the start of minor wave 1 below 0.4456. Technicals on the daily chart for XRP also a golden cross. Moving average is not full bull bullish because the short term has a negative slope and price is below it, but the mid and the long term both are positively sloped. The short is above the mid, which is above the long, and so overall the moving averages for XRP also are overall bullish. Finding resistance at 62, let's expect a downward swing to support. Might find support at the 50-day moving average again, around about there. If it breaks below that, there's pretty strong support at the 54-55 cent mark, but it looks like we might have a low in place for the short, mid and long term for XRP. There's a nice strong bullish piercing pattern on the 22nd of November, and this comes in the context of a downward trend. So for XRP, I think we might be seeing the early stages of the next bullish run just beginning now. Yesterday's downward session for XRP did have push from volume. Overall volume is declining, but let's expect today. For Tuesday, we might see a bit more downward movement following that push from volume. There's a nice range for on-balance volume chasing out for XRP. I'll keep an eye on this as well. This may give us a signal in coming days or weeks if we see a break above resistance or a break below support. ADX is still declining well below danger territory, nicely well below 45 now, setting itself up for a new signal in coming days or weeks, with no clear trend because ADX is declining, reverting to a model of stochastics plus support and resistance. For XRP, stochastics reached oversold. It's now moving higher into neutral territory. For XRP, that model would expect upward movement to continue until stochastics reaches overbought and price reaches resistance, possibly about 62 or 82 cents. That's it for me today with your quick update, and I hope everyone's having a lovely day.